Can everybody hear me? This thing is on, right? All right. Just bear with me for a second while I drink this all in. This is truly amazing. For those of you that I haven't met yet, I am Pete Barber, the very proud father of the bride. He has never looked more beautiful than you do today. I want to welcome you all and thank you for being here to help us celebrate this wonderful day, the wedding of Drew and Katie. There are a few special thanks I'd like to give first. I'd like to thank Chris and Gary Lardiere and welcome them to the now the extended family. I want to thank the rest of the Lardiere family and friends, and the Barber family and friends for being here to help us celebrate this. Many of you have come a very long ways, and we really appreciate it. There are a couple of special thanks that I would like to give. In addition, my mother, Chris. She is here tonight, and she represents the first of 4 generations of Barbers who are in town for this wedding. Thank you, Mom. And most of all, I want to thank my lovely wife, Judy. She's worked tirelessly on this event. None of us would be who we are without you. Thank you, I love you. So now we get down to it. Katie and Drew. When I think back over all the years of Katie growing up, culminating in this day, there are so many memories that I have. But 2 traits of Katie stand out in my mind more than any other: compassion and strong-willed. Katie's compassion was being shown very early in her life. She befriended all of the snails in the neighborhood, named them all, brought them home in a shoebox, and couldn't understand why she couldn't keep them in her room. And her strong will was demonstrated by 2 words: car seat. A car seat was basically a suggestion to Kate. And if she wanted to sit in one, it was fine. But the moment she didn't, all the straps, buckles, ropes, handcuffs in the world would not keep her in that seat. She would be out in a minute. She was like Houdini. When Katie was around 9 years old, I was on the side of the house splitting firewood. And I was pretty hard at it, working pretty hard. And Katie was watching intently. She had her eye on me for a very long time. Finally, Judy came outside and heard Katie mutter under her breath, "Maybe I will need a husband." Drew, I still have that axe. When Katie was about 13 years old, yes, the wonder years, Katie brought Judy and I in and sat us down to explain to us how things are. And she said, "I know because I'm 13, you think that I think I know more than you. But I'm sitting you down here to tell you I do know more than you." Road trips are definitely some of my fondest memories with Katie. Whether it was to a soccer tournament or a trip to Yellowstone Park, we would have the music playing, mostly the Eagles, and we would solve the world's problems. Katie went on in high school to demonstrate what a hard worker she is and what a true and loyal friend she is to so many. Katie went on to UC Davis, met many new friends, and after graduating, entered AmeriCorps, where she worked in Harlem with disadvantaged teens. And I think that helped guide her in the direction of her career that she is in now. But it was in her last year at Davis, and during applying to AmeriCorps and subsequently NYU, that there was this new aspect to the equation emerging. There was this fellow named Drew Lardiere living in New York at that time. Is this a coincidence? I'm going to let you guys decide that. When Katie and Drew decided to move back from New York to the Bay Area, we were very, very thrilled. We were losing a great place to visit, but we could witness firsthand what an amazing couple they were becoming. And over the recent years, we have watched their relationship grow into the amazing couple you see before you today. Drew is the perfect match for Katie. You are a beautiful couple, and you are a formidable team. And I think you should just cherish each other forever. Always choose us over me. And with hard work and good fortune, I hope that you'll experience the joy I have in marriage. It's a sad moment when a father realizes he is no longer the most important man in his little girl's life. It's a role we grasped onto the moment she was born and clung to her whole life, and have probably convinced ourselves we held it much longer than was actually true. But even to us, the realization does come, and with that, the joy of anticipating their new life together. If this is a baton that I must pass, there is nobody that I'd rather be passing it to than to you, Drew. Drew, welcome to our family. Katie and Drew, congratulations. I love you. Cheers.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, dinner is served. Enjoy.
Hang on to this. I don't know who green-lighted putting me in front of all you with a microphone. Pretty rookie move.
Yeah, Drew.
I've known these two for a very, very long time. And that has given me a tremendous amount of material. But I am terrified of what Chris, Judy, and Katie would do to me. So I'm going to play this a little bit more PC than usual. Rest assured, I'll be at the bar later. We can share stories. But I've known Drew for a very long time, since middle school, through high school, water polo, swimming. And he's a fantastic man. He's an amazing guy. Outside of being a 19-time All-American, the NYU Hall of Fame, he can also successfully pitch you an aquarium, complete with an aquascape. He will also create full dossiers on Fleet Week, a camping trip, a boys' trip, as well as save you from pizza thieves. Drew is the best friend you could ask for. The best way to embody it is, his nickname growing up in high school was Drew Down.
Drew down, Drew down, Drew down, Drew down.
He was always ready to be there. He was always there when you needed him, and he was always there if you just wanted to have a good time. Drew, he's just the best friend you can ask for. And I know I'm going to get in trouble for this, but the best story to get this point across and to just, that embodies Drew, is it happened when we were living in the marina together, and we had been up on Chestnut Street, having a nice evening, and we were walking back to our apartment late at night, and we made some friends on our walk home, and they were great people. at first. And so Drew and one of these guys, they just make best buds, and they start taking off together. They're naturally talking about how much they love the San Francisco Giants. And then, you know, one of the group that I'm stuck with turns out to be, you know, something of a pizza thief. And so he takes the pizza that we had waited in line for I don't know how long to get. And so an altercation ensues. And Drew hears this happening, you know, at least a block and a half behind him, because he and his best friend are having a blast. And he looks back, and he sees what's going on, and he looks at his best friend, his new best friend, and it's just no question about it, just ding, one, and races back to make sure that I'm all right. He's just, that's Drew, you know, he's just a loyal, genuine, fantastic. But it takes a very, very special woman to put up with a guy like that. And Katie, you know, Katie goes to work and she delivers babies, and and then she's got to come home to two of her own. One of my favorite stories from their time in New York is when, now I wasn't here for this, obviously, but Katie was at nursing school, and she came home really late at night, and she's expecting to see Drew passed out in bed, you know, sleeping like normal people do at 2 or 3 in the morning. And he's in his whitey tighties, just sitting in front of his aquarium. Just watching the fish. I don't know what prompted you to do that, but
It's a beautiful thing.
to each their own. But in all seriousness, you know, Katie and I met, you know, midway through high school. We were lifeguarding together at Scottsdale, which Gary can attest is the best swim club in the East Bay. I think that was a resounding yes. And I was just ecstatic. Well, first we got to know each other. You know, you're sitting there watching a pool. You know, you're just chatting with the people that you're working with.
Saving lives.
Saving lives. I started to realize that Katie's pretty awesome. And I was just ecstatic to find out that she was interested in Drew. Even more so when I found out she was best friends with my future fiance. Which resulted in the four of us just spending an exponential amount of time together. We would have already spent a ton of time together, but we really did. And, you know, what we realized overall, you know, in pretty short order was that they are right about 99% of the time. And although we'll only admit that, you know, 1% of the time, there was one instance where they really did dictate the last few years of our lives, and for the most magnificent, you know, the best way. We were in San Francisco looking for just a single apartment. We weren't even looking, but Drew had wanted to go into the apartment and just see what the city looked like. And we came across this, Ryan and I were just there, you know, just to hang out. And we came across this 2-bedroom in the marina. And it turned out that it was just a disaster. There, 2 frat guys had lived there before. There was empty protein powder everywhere. There like a door ripped off the hinges. And the lady was trying to show us this apartment, and we were saying to ourselves, this is crazy, this is absolutely nuts. And she said, well, before you go, check out the roof. And we did, and it was fantastic. We had the Golden Gate, the Alcatraz, Coit Tower. It was a fantastic apartment. And the girls basically pushed us on a day that we were just planning to go in for coffee and to look at what San Francisco had to offer. We signed a lease that same day, and it was one of the best decisions I think both of us could say we've ever made, because, you know, I can only speak for myself, but it certainly gave me another best friend in Katie, because she and Charlie became the best roommates I never intended to have. And what you brought to that apartment was this warmth and, you know, welcome attitude that you just can't replicate. You know, you three, Charlie included, just brought this family atmosphere to the apartment, and to all of us in San Francisco, all of our friends and family that lived there, and it became this central hub in the city for us, and it really shaped the last few years of our lives. So, you know, thank you girls for that. And on that note, I want to thank the Lardiers and the Barbers for really building that family tie, that drive that brought Katie and Drew back from New York. Because I know that was a very big part of them making that move, was they wanted to be closer to their families. And Steve, thank you for offering this strange man a job. I cannot imagine what it's like to work for this guy ever again. But in all seriousness, you know, Judy, Pete, Chris, and Gary, you've instilled your children with some values that are very, very strong and amazing. They respect each other. They're just incredibly kind to one another, and it's very obvious how much they love each other. And they take that not only to just their relationship, but to all of their friendships. And it's absolutely something that, you know, you two have always been there for us, and we love you so much, and we will be there for you. So, to a marriage full of laughter and adventure.
Excited to be here. I've been looking forward to this day for so long. The engagement was about a year ago, and it's been kind of the center of our family attention for the last year, so I don't know what I'm going to do after today, actually. But I'm so excited to be here, and I want to thank Katie and Drew for including me, and including all of us, really, to share this day. It's a special day marking a huge step in your lives, and it's been amazing sharing it with you. I mean, all the celebration, but then also it's really special to get to see you guys say your vows and really be a part of it. So thank you very much. It meant a lot. So with that, first thing that comes to mind when I think about my sister is a song. Very famous song by Sir Mix-a-Lot.
Sing it! Who's got that?
If you don't know the song, they might play it for you later, but it was written for my sister. After that, the second thing that comes to mind is her selflessness, her caring nature. Katie, more than anyone I know, goes above and beyond to make sure everyone around her is happy, more than happy, taken care of. It's just an amazing, amazing quality. I'm sure it's what led her to her career in nursing, but it's an amazing quality. And growing up with Katie as a kid, the way that quality shone through, I think the most was her deep love for animals. Katie was obsessed with animals as a kid. I mean, they were her life, really. And, we had, thanks to her enthusiasm, we had all kinds of interesting pets as kids. We had dogs. We grew up with dogs, but I think that was mostly my dad, actually. But thanks to Katie, we had all these interesting ones. We had pet doves for a while. We had pet rats, which they're actually really cool pets, so thanks for that. And then, as my dad mentioned, the strangest pet was snails. Katie actually collected them. She went around, found them, kept them, and they were her little babies. And anyone who was interested in seeing them, she'd show them her snails, and she'd find food for them and took care of them. So, she's been the same. She was this nurturing little girl to her animals, and now she's this nurturing adult to all of her friends and everyone. So, yeah. As kids, Katie and I were extremely close. She, my brother Tom, and I played together, we played together constantly, as my mom would say, we played together like puppies, just climbing all over each other, all over everything. And we managed to stay extremely close as adults. We're really best friends. And we all live in San Francisco together, and we get to spend so much time together, and it's really, really amazing. And I really value having that relationship with my siblings. And I think it's really rare. I don't know really anyone who has that. And I imagine it would be very intimidating for a newcomer. But Drew actually just fits right in, and he always has since the beginning. And I actually remember a few years ago, when you guys first moved back from New York, Tom and I had a conversation. I don't know if you remember this, Tom. I think we were a few beverages deep. But we decided that no matter what happens between you two, that Drew would always be our friend. And I think it really says a lot. But we've loved Drew like a brother for a very long time. And so luckily we don't have to worry about anything, but we love Drew. We're not the three amigos anymore. We've got a fourth, but it's all good. So, thanks for that. And so they've been together for 8 years, if you guys haven't all known this already. So, gotten to know Drew for a long time, and he's had 100% love and commitment for my sister and the whole time. We've gotten to see it grow, of course, but he's always been solid, and he's always been there. He understands and appreciates all of my sister's quirks, and he really understands her better than anyone. I mean, even our extremely close family, Drew understands her, and it's great. They're an incredibly supportive couple, great, fantastic, remarkable individuals, but an even better couple, and it's just fantastic. So, congratulations.
So I felt like I just needed to say a few things because so much love has been sent our direction. I just want to make sure that that's replicated. I'm not able to improvise like Pete or anyone else that's been up here. Like, how are you guys doing this? I have a script and I'm going to read it. But I have 3 cheers that I just want to make. So there's going to be 3. It'll be quick because we all want to dance. We all want to have a good time. But I just want to start by thanking my mom and dad. The rehearsal dinner last night was an amazing experience. Just seeing the families sort of come together and get to know each other. It was great to see. And to everyone who hasn't met my dad before last night, believe it or not, that speech was one of the most PC speeches I've ever seen. So again, if you want, I bet in a private conversation after a couple of drinks, I'm sure he's got a lot of very inappropriately hilarious things to say about me being a fat baby. So I opened it up so anybody can ask him about that. But thanks for keeping it PC last night, Dad. I appreciate that. On a deeper level, I do want to. I'm excited. I do want to also. I want to thank you two, Mom and Dad. for being such a great support system throughout my life. Truly, the person I am today is because of you two. And I can say the same for you, Kate. It's been so fun growing up with you. You've been such a great friend to me my entire life. Thank you for being the first to show me that cool girls actually exist on this planet. So I do want to thank you for that. Eric, you're an amazing brother, and I have gotten more compliments about the officiant than anything else tonight. You absolutely crushed it. Round of applause for my brother. And Annie, thank you for sticking with Eric. And for sticking with our crazy family. I know it's not an easy task to become a lardier, so any pointers you can send Katie's way would be very greatly appreciated. So my first cheers is to my family, Mom, Dad, Eric, Kate, and Andy. I'd like to raise a glass for not just being family, but for being an amazing group of people that make my life a true privilege. So, cheers. So that's cheers number one. Just one. Yeah, I'll go faster. And then to my new family, let me start with Judy and Pete. First off, let me say it amazes me how much you can fit on a roof of a car. He had that entire arch strapped to the top of his Honda, and I mean, it's amazing. And then a couple of weeks ago, we just moved Tom in. Between the mattress, the box spring, the dresser, we looked like a giant game of Jenga driving through the streets of San Francisco. I mean, that's unbelievable. But what I'd really like to thank them for, first off, those sentiments that you provided, Pete, those were amazing, and it's really near and dear to my heart, and it's something that I will cherish and I will remember. But thank you most of all for raising such a wonderful daughter. So thank you so much for that. Speaking of barbers, Tom, that was great to hear you call him Tom. I mean, you guys have always been like brother and sister to me, and I feel the exact same way. You were friends with me before Kate and I probably even spoke a word together. So that's something that I am just so pumped to be able to call you my brother legally. Actually, Eric, we never signed documents. We got to. So very shortly we'll be signing that. I'm very excited to call you my brother. Nicole, you're a blast. I love hanging out with you. Between your roof and the hideout, and the whiskey gingers that you provide us on a regular basis. It's so much fun. So my second cheers, I guess I should just keep my glass in my hand. All of the adventures that we've had with the barbers, that's something that I will always cherish, and thinking about the future adventures we have puts a smile on my face. So I'd like to cheers just for the future adventures that the barbers have. And lastly, I just want to thank everyone else. Thank everybody in this room. It has already been said a lot of times, so I won't kick a dead horse and people say it. And I know I speak for both Katie and I when I say that you all played such a huge role in me and Katie's lives and our relationship. It's such an overwhelming, happy feeling to just be around family from New York, to see the Bronze, to see the Barbers, and see our closest friends, including Steve, all in a room together. So I'd like to raise a glass to all of you. Thank you for being the best memories that Katie and I have ever had. And to more continued memories from here on out. Cheers.